Hello there. Welcome back to Gaming and Esports Sundays with Srini. Today's episode is a little different from the regular episodes. I may not have too much of updates because I'm going to tell you about a bunch of updates that I'm working on to make this series a little more special. Yep, Gaming and Esports Sundays with Srini is sort of converting itself into part me talking and giving you updates about the gaming and esports world. But at the same time, I'm also thinking of making it a conversational podcast, and I am already in talks with a few really, really interesting people in the esports space in the country. And in fact, I'm also going to give you an update at the end of this video of something really exciting that I'm going to be visiting in the next week. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But first, let me talk to you about something really historic that has happened this year, especially in this month. A lot of you people, of course, who are, sports enthusiasts, not just esports, sports enthusiasts, are already following the Commonwealth Games, which essentially is happening in Birmingham right now. And a lot of Asian countries, including India, are part of that Commonwealth Games that is happening across the Commonwealth nations. Now, what's interesting for me, while of course I do watch a few sports here and there, especially cricket, a big esports buff that I am, Commonwealth has actually raised the curtain on the first ever esports championships this year. Although exhibitional, this is a great sign of the times ahead for esports fans and people who are interested in any form of video gaming, PC, mobile, so on and so forth. Esports athletes, gamers, fans, governments, ministers, tech founders, academics, Olympians, innovators, influencers, a whole bunch of people actually, opened the Commonwealth Esports Forum Championship in style when, Birmingham happened to be that place. A lot of people even actually came to visit and cheer for their country this time, not just their favorite esports team, so to speak. And guess what? One of the most interesting thing for people in Asia is there's a lot of headway for people within Asia to have thrived and done well in the tournament. As we speak, while of course there are a few tournaments happening, games like Rocket League, eFootball, Dota 2 are part of this particular Commonwealth Esports Championship. And in fact, while of course there's Wales, there's England, and there are a bunch of other countries who participated, Malaysia has enjoyed a sensational day by, yesterday, Saturday, they secured both gold in eFootball series and Dota 2 for women's. So that's something which is very exciting. And guess what? India is not far behind. As soon as I'm done with my video, my rest of the day probably will go waiting to actually see the Indian team play against New Zealand in Dota 2 championship. So that's going to be exciting, and they can actually get a chance to win a bronze medal. So it was the first time that an esports tournament got so much of excitement and presence, and it's just the future now. The first ever medals were actually presented yesterday to a bunch of teams. England won a few, Wales won a few, Malaysia, as I said before. So this is great news from an exciting, prospect of growth for esports and gaming, PC gaming, or for that matter, console gaming, any form of electronic gaming, essentially. Right? So that's something which I really wanted to share with you. If you guys are not cued in on that, to watch it, you can actually check out YouTube, or you'll find streams which are showing this, especially YouTube. I think it's Global Esports Federation which is showcasing this on YouTube. Yeah, I'm rooting for India to go get that bronze, hopefully. And I'm looking to see where this goes in the coming years. And now, a small update about what I'm going to be doing in the future series. Hopefully I will get some conversations and interviews with fellow gamers, esports enthusiasts, owners, and a bunch of very interesting people who would be content creators as well as business owners, team owners within the esports space. Just like you guys heard my talk with Piyush Kumar of Router last week, I think that's how I'm gonna kind of do a lot more conversational podcasts, hopefully videos as well. Let's see how it goes. And that I'm looking to do hopefully in the next week when I'm headed towards the esports clubs TEC arena that's happening in Bangalore on 12th, 13th, and 14th of this month. And yeah, it's going to be exciting because it's not just a tournament for one particular game, which it is my favorite, Valorant, but also there are some really interesting things happening there. If you have a chance to get there, you can grab your tickets on the esports.club esports club website. They have an Eventbrite listed, so you can actually go ahead and grab your tickets, and if you're there, say hello to me. I will definitely be there the next weekend. And it's going to be a biggest gaming and esports festival in India, and it's not only about a huge prize pool for the games and the tournaments that there will be. It's also about some really side events that are happening, like cosplay, the community cup, where you can actually go and participate yourself and register by going on day 1, Friday the 12th. And they have their own separate prize pool for amateurs as well, who would want to participate in games like Valorant and FIFA, Mortal Kombat, and a bunch of other games, right? So go check it out. I'm gonna be there for sure, and I will grab a ton of content hopefully. But yes, hopefully if possible next Sunday, my podcast of a conversation with somebody really exciting in the Valorant space, somebody who is a big name and very popular and affable person in this space. I'll let you keep guessing. I'm gonna release a clip once the edits are done of an audio podcast with that person about their journey, their team, and what their opinion is about how esports and gaming has to be where it has to be. At the same time, the whole behind the scenes of the business of esports and how that functions. So I'm not going to drop any names. Maybe I might give you a teaser on my Instagram or on my social media on Twitter somewhere later down the line in the week. So yeah, do follow me. I'm Srini Stuff, and if you're watching me on Instagram, go follow me on Twitter. If you're watching me on Twitter, go follow me on Instagram. And then of course there is YouTube, where I will have these pieces of content. Right, so I am all excited for next week, and I hope you guys cheer for Team India today for the Dota 2 bronze medal. And yeah, that's about it. I will see you soon.